بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Among the greatest stories of faith and defiance, the tale of Hazrat Musa and Firon, Pharaoh, stands as a powerful lesson in history. In the land of Egypt, a mighty ruler once declared himself a god, but Allah sent him a man of truth, a prophet who would challenge his tyranny, who was Hazrat Musa. The basket carrying Musa, A.S., drifted towards Firon's palace. Asiya, R.A., Firon's wife, saw the baby and was instantly drawn to him. She pleaded with Firon, "Do not kill him. He may be of benefit to us, or we may adopt him as a son." Surah Al-Qasas 28:9. Firon, unaware of Allah's plan, agreed. The child whom he feared was now being raised in his own palace. But baby Musa refused to drink milk from any nurse. Allah guided his sister to tell the palace about a woman who could feed him, his own mother. In a beautiful twist, Musa was reunited with his mother, now as his caretaker in the very palace of his enemy. Why did Pharaoh fear him? And how did Allah's power defeat the greatest empire of its time? Join us as we journey through this extraordinary tale of faith and destiny. In the grand kingdom of Egypt, Firon, Pharaoh, ruled with absolute authority, but his rule was built on fear and oppression. The Bani Israel, children of Israel, were enslaved under his reign, suffering under harsh labor and cruel treatment. One night, Firon had a terrifying dream. He saw that a boy from Bani Israel would rise and overthrow his kingdom. Disturbed, he called his sorcerers and advisors, who warned him, "A child will be born among the Israelites who will bring your downfall." Fearful of losing his throne, Firon ordered a brutal massacre. Every newborn baby boy from Bani Israel was to be killed. But Allah had already planned a miracle. A woman named Yukabid gave birth to a baby boy. Fearing for his life, she received divine inspiration. Place him in a basket and cast it into the river. Surah Al-Qasas 28:7. With a heavy heart, she obeyed. The basket floated down the Nile River, carrying the chosen prophet of Allah. The basket carrying Musa drifted towards Firon's palace. Asiya, Firon's wife, saw the baby and was instantly drawn to him. She pleaded with Firon, "Do not kill him. He may be of benefit to us, or we may adopt him as a son." Surah Al-Qasas 28:9. Firon, unaware of Allah's plan, agreed. The child whom he feared was now being raised in his own palace. But baby Musa, A.S., refused to drink milk from any nurse. Allah guided his sister to tell the palace about a woman who could feed him, his own mother. In a beautiful twist, Musa, A.S., was reunited with his mother, now as his caretaker in the very palace of his enemy. As Musa grew up, he became a strong and just young man. One day he saw an Egyptian man beating an Israelite slave. Angered by this injustice, Musa, A.S., intervened and struck the Egyptian, unintentionally causing his death. Fearful of retaliation, Musa prayed, "O my Lord, I have wronged myself, so forgive me." Surah Al-Qasas 28:16. Allah forgave him, but the news of the incident spread. A man from the city rushed to warn Musa, "O Musa, the chiefs are plotting to kill you, so flee at once." Surah Al-Qasas 28:20. Musa left Egypt, embarking on a journey toward Madian, unaware that Allah was preparing him for his divine mission. Musa fled Egypt with nothing but his faith in Allah, wandering through the vast desert, hungry, exhausted, and uncertain of what lay ahead. After days of travel, he reached the land of Madian, a place ruled by Prophet Shu'aib. As he approached a well, he noticed a group of shepherds watering their flocks. But at a distance, two young women stood aside, unable to approach. Musa, a man of justice, asked them, "What is the matter?" The women replied, "We cannot water our flocks until the shepherds leave, and our father is an old man." Surah Al-Qasas 28:23. Musa, despite his exhaustion, helped them. He lifted the heavy stone covering the well and allowed their sheep to drink. Then he retreated under a tree and prayed, "My Lord, indeed I am in need of whatever good you send down to me." Surah Al-Qasas 28:24. Musa meets Prophet Shu'aib and gets married. The two women returned home and told their father, Prophet Shu'aib, about the kind stranger. Shuaib sent one of his daughters to call Musa. She approached him shyly and said, "My father invites you so he may reward you for helping us." Surah Al-Qasas 28:25. Musa went to Prophet Shuaib and narrated his story, his escape from Egypt, his fear, and his trust in Allah. Shuaib comforted him, "Fear not, you have escaped from the wrongdoing people." Recognizing Musa's strength and integrity, Shuaib made him an offer. "I wish to marry you to one of my daughters on the condition that you serve me for 8 years, and if you complete 10, it will be out of kindness." Surah Al-Qasas 28:27. Musa agreed and lived in Madian for many years, fulfilling his duties and growing in wisdom. Then the time came for him to return to Egypt, but Allah had a greater plan. Musa receives prophethood. One night, as Musa traveled back to Egypt with his family, he saw a mysterious fire on Mount Tur. He told his family, "Stay here, for I have seen a fire. Perhaps I can bring you some guidance." Surah Taha 20:10. As he climbed the mountain and approached the fire, he heard a divine voice calling him, "O Musa, indeed I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds." Surah Taha 20:11-12. This was his moment of destiny. Allah granted him 2 miracles: his staff transforming into a serpent, his hands shining with radiant light. Then Allah commanded him, "Go to Firon, for he has truly transgressed." Surah Taha 20:24. With his mission clear, Musa set out toward Egypt, ready to confront the tyrant king. Musa challenges. Firon, Musa returned to Egypt and along with his brother Harun, went straight to the palace of Firon. They stood before the mighty ruler, and Musa declared, "We are messengers of the Lord of the worlds. Let Bani Israel go free." Surah Taha 20:47. Firon laughed mockingly. "Did we not raise you as a child, and now you dare challenge me?" Musa responded firmly, "I did that out of ignorance, but my Lord has guided me. Let my people go." Firon refused. He demanded proof that Musa was truly sent by Allah. The miracle of the staff and the magicians. Musa threw down his staff, and it transformed into a mighty serpent, moving with terrifying speed. Then he placed his hand in his cloak and withdrew it, and it shone with divine light. Firon's ministers were stunned, but the arrogant king dismissed it as sorcery. He gathered the greatest magicians of Egypt and promised them wealth if they defeated Musa. On the day of the great contest, the magicians threw their ropes and staffs, making them appear like slithering snakes. But when Musa cast his staff, it devoured their illusions in an instant. Seeing this, the magicians realized that this was no magic, it was the truth. They fell in prostration and declared, "We believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun." Surah Taha 20:70. Firon was enraged. He ordered their execution, but the truth had begun to spread. The Exodus and Firon's destruction. After Firon refused to free Bani Israel, Egypt was struck by plagues, floods, locusts, frogs, and blood. Each time Firon begged Musa to pray to Allah for relief, but when the plague ended, he broke his promise. Finally, Allah commanded Musa to lead Bani Israel out of Egypt. Under the cover of night, they began their exodus. When Firon learned of this, he gathered his massive army and chased after them. As they reached the shores of the Red Sea, Bani Israel saw Firon's army approaching. In panic, they cried, "We will be overtaken." But Musa reassured them, "My Lord is with me. He will guide me." Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26:62. Then by Allah's command, Musa struck his staff, and the sea split into 2, forming a dry path between towering walls of water. Bani Israel hurried across. Firon, blinded by arrogance, rushed in with his army. But as they reached the middle, the waters collapsed upon them. As Firon drowned, he screamed, "I believe in the God of Musa!" But it was too late. "Today we will preserve your body, so you may be a sign for those who come after you." Surah Yunus 10:92. The tyrant was gone, and Bani Israel was finally free. May we learn from these lessons and remain steadfast in our faith. Ameen.